FORATOM is I would say, in a nutshell, the voice of the European nuclear industry, located here in Brussels, and representing mainly 16 national organizations similar to ours, which are national fora, gathering all the nuclear stakeholders in the individual countries. Just a few weeks ago, there were some very interesting events, and the main one I would like to underline was the climate conference in Paris, which for the first time ever was successful, because all the member countries, the member states, the parties to the climate discussions, all of them did acknowledge, recognize that humankind was for a part responsible of climate changes, and that therefore there were some measures that need to be undertaken. So you know that the European Commission has played a very important role in this, leading the EU as the driver of policy measures to fight against climate change. And we are happy that the EC and globally the EU has really played a major role in this. I will introduce some comments from our side on this, but anyway, it's an important matter. A second important event that we are just expecting now is, and we are, because we were discussing this with some of you, we are under the Euratom Treaty, and not the European Union Treaty, but under the Euratom Treaty, which is still valid, even if it's now 60 years old. Under the Euratom Treaty, there is a request to the European Commission to publish on a regular basis what is called in the Brussels jargon PINK. PINK stands for Illustrative Program for Nuclear Energy. So the Commission is expected on a regular basis to tell us about the way they see the need for investment in all the parts of the nuclear fuel cycle in Europe. So I don't plan to spend much time on FORATOM itself unless some of you would explicitly ask for further information. So we have 16 members. Can we switch to the other one? So in fact, nuclear energy today is representing 27% of the electricity in EU, and is ranking, I would say, number one, close to one half of the low carbon electricity. You know that low carbon is precisely the answer to the issue of climate change. So already now, nuclear energy is contributing one half to the low carbon electricity. The nuclear industry, the utilities are operating 129 reactors all over Europe. And this industry represents a turnover of about 70 billion euro a year and supports some 800,000 jobs. So this is the size of the nuclear industry that we represent here in Brussels. We are proud to underline that nuclear energy contributes to all of the EU energy policy objectives. No need to tell you, but anyway I do, that it is a stable and secure power source, operating or able to operate 24/7, which produces low emissions of greenhouse gases at competitive price, and we are going to maybe further extend on this. Very recently, in March 2014, in its European Energy Security Strategy, the European Commission has recognized, and I'm quoting, that electricity produced from nuclear power plants constitutes a reliable baseload supply of emission-free electricity and plays an important role in energy security. So at least a very strong contribution to the energy security strategy of the EU. More recently, in November last year, in the first State of the Energy Union report, you know about this concept of energy union introduced by the current European Commission, well, Vice President Šefčovič in November 2015 highlighted, and I'm quoting, the important role nuclear plays in decarbonizing the economy and achieving the EU's 2030 climate and energy targets. And the same report also said nuclear energy is an important component in the energy mix of any member states, many member states. The same report gave a positive assessment, of the implementation of the Nuclear Safety Directive. Again, under Euratom, there is there was an agreement by all the member states on a nuclear safety directive, which has been recently updated in 2014. And this assessment of the nuclear safety directive shows that the established international benchmarking and peer review system, for the first time ever after the Fukushima accident, there was a European-wide peer review system introduced. Well, this system is robust and it has the full support of the nuclear industry. A third point I would like to underline under this vital component of the energy union is that nuclear power, and I'm quoting a European Parliament report called Towards a European Energy Union of December last year, while I'm quoting, nuclear power is one of the most important contributions of the European energy system, providing for lower CO2 emissions while simultaneously limiting import dependence, securing a stable production of electricity that can serve the internal market and provide a stable base for an energy system where renewables can be phased in. And finally, I would like to quote a very interesting report from the IAEA, the International Energy Agency, and the OECD, which confirmed in late 2015 that nuclear has one of the lowest costs for electricity production, which makes it competitive with all energy sources. In fact, I would say in a nutshell that the operation cost of nuclear energy is similar to the cost of onshore wind. And the last point I would like to underline is that, of course, we know that in the EU nuclear energy is still a controversy, because, by the way, it's very easy. 28 member states, globally 14 in favor of nuclear, 14 against. That's the way we have to make compromise. So easy to understand that is not an easy task. But anyway, independently of this, the ones which support nuclear are more than ever supporting. Several states, such as Poland, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, UK, the Czech Republic, and Lithuania, are in the process of developing new nuclear power plants, so that there are currently 23 planned nuclear new-built projects in Europe, as well as 4 of which are under construction in France, Finland, and Slovakia.